What is going on, guys? It's Jamie and welcome back to another video, and this week I want to cover something for you guys that I get asked quite often in my DMs, especially as it being the start of the year as well. I've had a few messages about this. As you have probably guessed by the title, guys, today we are going to be talking all about training splits, which sort of one I use and which sort of one you can use yourselves to basically make the most progress with your training and to get the most out of it as well. So basically going to be covering my split from day to day, how I split my sessions up throughout the week, how I position the rest days, and then also I'm going to give you guys a couple of recommendations of ideas of what you can use yourself, and hopefully you guys can take that information away and basically just come up with your own training split that you can get the most out of and therefore make the most progress with. My split is actually one that I have used for a long while. I mean, it's been through changes, but I think that the basic split of how it's set up, I've been running this for like a year. That is point number one already, guys. You cannot keep changing your workout split every few weeks. You see a lot of things online. I see it all the time as well from people saying that you need to switch up your training split every like 4 to 6 weeks, shock the body, you know, just do stuff that is different. And honestly, this is the most amount of bullshit ever, because to be able to make progress consistently, you have to do the program consistently, which means you just have to stick with it and basically do the same thing over and over again and just consistently progress those as you go. That's pretty much the only way you're going to make progress, because changing exercises and everything like that every month is not going to be very beneficial for your body. You're basically just going to keep doing different things, and as I said, you need to just stick with the same thing and repeat it over and over again. It can get boring, but at the end of the day, guys, this is just the basics you need to follow to get to where you want to be. So I follow a 5-day training split. That means 5 out of 7 days I will be in the gym, which obviously means I'll have 2 rest days every single week. And this split is just week to week. The easiest way, honestly, to do it is just to split every week up exactly the same. In my split, I only aim to hit every single muscle group twice a week, and this is just like a good rule of thumb. Frequency obviously is going to be king, but if you can hit everything twice a week, then you're going to be going the right way for a smack bottom. So this split that I follow is a power building split. Kind of a funny term. I still find that term weird. Kind of coined by like David Lade and the likes of him, but it pretty much means that you're training for powerlifting and training for bodybuilding within the same split. So you basically have strength focus days and hypertrophy focus days across one training split. So it would be easier if I just explain it to you guys. So Monday, day one of the split, is going to be a lower body session, and this one is strength focus. So obviously I call this one lowered strength. Basically going to be heavy squats, RDL and hip thrust, and that is it. All strength focus work, so it's actually a really taxing session. Even though it's only 3 movements, it can still take up to like 2 hours in the gym, because the rest periods are high. Obviously it's a powerlifting focus, so I also just find it very useful, as squats are such a hard movement and so taxing, to just get them out of the way early on in the week. And that is actually the only proper barbell squat movement that I have for the whole week, as you'll come to find later. Next day will be a Tuesday, which is the upper body day. This one is also strength focused, so we're basically looking at pretty much a well-rounded upper body day, but all of the movements are going to be low reps, fairly low volume, where there is some accessories in there towards the end, but even the accessories, guys, are still going to be that lower volume focus, so we are getting the strength benefits from it as well. Wednesday is going to be the first rest day of the week, right in the middle of the week as well. There is a couple of good reasons here that the rest day is on the Wednesday. So obviously the first 2 sessions of the week are strength focused, the rest of them after the rest day are going to be hypertrophy focused, so it kind of splits them up in that sense. And also, guys, you need to make sure your split just fits in with like your personal life outside of the gym as well. And Wednesday has always been the day that I see Lucy during the week, so it just works well for that as well. And the other reason that I take the rest day on the Wednesday is because the Thursday is my pull day, which starts off with heavy deadlifts. So obviously having that rest day before that is going to be very beneficial with optimizing the deadlift. So yeah, Thursday, guys, is the third session of the week, and it is my deadlift and pull day. So we're starting off with the deadlifts on the first movement, which will be trained with a strength focus as well. I know I said I have the 2 strength days at the start of the week, but deadlifts are always going to be strength focused as well. And the reason that I hit these on the pull day instead of the lower day, like some people probably would, is because I really want to optimize each compound. And if I hit the deadlifts on the squat day, whichever way I put them around, something is going to have to take the brunt. So like if I did squat first, my deadlift probably wouldn't be as strong as it could be, and vice versa. So to get everything out of each movement, I just do them on the separate days. The rest of the movements I do hit with a hypertrophy focus, but some of the sets will be in a lower rep range between 8 and 10. That brings us on to Friday, the last session of the working week, and this is going to be the second leg day, which is the hypertrophy focused one. So we start the week with them and we end the week with legs as well, which is pretty disgusting because it means you start the week with leg DOMs and finish it with leg DOMs. That then brings us on to Saturday. It's finally the weekend and we have got one more session for the week, and it's going to be a push day, and this one is purely bodybuilding style workout. That is the final session of the week. 5 sessions all done and dusted. Also just wanted to say that all of the upper sessions in the week, the upper strength focus workout, the pull day and the push day on the Saturday, I will be finishing these sessions with an entire arm workout. And the way I do this is usually just superset biceps and triceps, 3 supersets of 3 different exercises, so 9 supersets in total. Usually takes between 20-25 minutes, but I just like to get that arm frequency in there because these absolutely suck. And also hitting them on those days splits them up, so I have a rest day in between them. It just all works out. It works out very well, actually. Now, a lot of people, especially if you're new to training and everything, because I know that I was like this when I first started training. I used to just always really worry about what training split I was on. Used to be Googling like, what's the best split for me? Like, just you worry about it a lot when you start training. But if you are in that position, guys, if you're worrying about training splits and everything like that, there are a few things I just want to tell you that you just need to remember. Make sure in your sessions you are getting all of the compound movements in, so squat, bench, deadlift and OHP. These are just like basic staples that you need to be progressing. Whatever it is your goal may be, these movements should be in there. B, and I did mention this earlier, is you need to be getting that frequency. A good way to look at it, guys, is just to try and hit every single muscle group twice a week. And the third point, guys, is that you need to be utilizing progressive overload in your sessions. I'm not going to go on too much about this now. I've spoken about it a lot in past videos, and if you guys want me to do a video all about progressive overload, just let me know down in the comment section below, because I love talking about it. It's absolutely essential. But it basically means every single week, every single session, you need to be either increasing weight, volume, reps, sets, anything, guys, just to make sure you are getting the progress on the previous session. And if you're doing this and you're doing everything else that I said, you're going to be making progress. You just need to be patient. It's very important to realize, guys, that the split that I follow, the 5-day split with strength and hypertrophy focuses, may not be the best split for you. That could be completely against whatever it is that you would like to be doing. I mean, that split is sort of my own thing. It's probably a very common one, but it's something that I've just adopted over the years, and it works for me. And that's something that is key if you are kind of planning your own program or split or anything like that, is that it needs to work for you, and it also needs to work for everything outside of the gym as well, like how often you can actually make it, because if you can really only make it to the gym 4 times, there's no point in doing a 5-day split, because it just, you know what I mean? Like, don't force yourself to go to the gym that extra day if you really can't make it, because all you need to do is go back to those 4 sessions that you can actually make and just make the changes in those to help the progress and everything that you want to see. Like, a lot of it, guys, literally comes with just trial and error. I've been training for coming up to 4 years, it will be in March. So, I mean, that's quite a lot of experience in the gym. Obviously quite a lot of things have gone wrong in that time, a lot of things have gone right as well, and it's basically just taking things from all of those experiences and putting them into the split that I have now, which, as I said, I've been running for like a year and it's working really well for me. Don't get me wrong, I haven't been doing the same exercises every single week for like a year and a half. I'll usually run movements for probably 4 to 6, sometimes 6 to 8 weeks, and they're movements that I'm either bored with or have plateaued on or aren't really seeing any good progress with them. They'll be swapped out for something similar. Not something different, just something similar. So for example, I might take out like a cable incline fly and swap it for like an incline dumbbell fly instead. Stuff that's still similar and is still going towards what you wanted it to in the first place, but just to make like a slight change to the program. I just wanted to give you guys an example of a few other splits that you could be using or might give you an idea of something you can take away from it to create your own perhaps. The first one is the PPL split. This stands for push-pull legs, and it is a very, very common one within the bodybuilding industry. Ideally, the point of PPL is to hit it twice in a week. So you do push-pull legs, rest, push-pull legs, rest, or PPL, and then rest on a Sunday, or whatever you may do. But again, that goes back to hitting the frequency, so you'd be hitting everything twice in 1 week. Another example of something that you could do, and something that I know a few people have done who I know personally, is a full body split. If you could only go to the gym 3 days a week, say, this would be a very, very good way of doing it. The only downfall of this is the sessions would just be ridiculously hard. I mean, I've never done full body, so I can't speak from experience, but I would imagine hitting everything 3 times a week would be not only like strenuous, but just the sessions would be fucking huge. I mean, if that's all you can fit in, guys, that is also a very good way of doing it. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys what you shouldn't do, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to personal preference and, as I said before, what works for you. But one thing I am going to tell you guys, I would say you probably should avoid, especially if you're at that beginner stage of lifting, is what is commonly called a bro split. So this basically is what it says on the tin. It's like your typical gym bro. Go in the gym, hit like a chest day, a shoulders day, a back day, an arm day, a leg day. Just all of the sessions, all of the muscle groups independently on their own. As I've said numerous times in this video already, the frequency is what we are looking for to make some solid progress. So if you hit a chest day on a Monday and then don't hit it again until the following Monday, you're not then going to be getting that stimulus again for like another 6 days or 7 days. So just try to avoid the bro splits, guys. You need to be getting that frequency, and that is the one thing I really want you guys to take away from this video. Whatever split you may create for yourself, make sure you're hitting everything twice or even 3 times every single week. I feel like I've blabbed on. I feel like I've really blabbed on in this video, but... Huh? Yeah. Huh? Hopefully I haven't gone off on too much of a tandem here, guys, and I hope as well that the message that I wanted to get across in this video has gotten across to you guys. If there's one thing perhaps that you've taken away from it, I am happy and I've done my job. If you did enjoy the video, guys, make sure you leave a comment down below, and also let me know what your training split is. I'd actually just be really interested to see the different things that different types of people are hitting. If you did enjoy the video, guys, please light up that thumbs up button for me. I would really, really appreciate it. And if you are new here, or if you just haven't done so already, guys, make sure you smash that subscribe button for new videos every single week, and I'll see you in the next one.